Morning. Happy harvesting. So after a 5-day delay, maybe 6, we were heading to harvest some corn finally. So full disclosure, I think the last 2 days we probably could have got away with harvesting, but we decided to hold off a couple days. We're going to go run some corn this morning. We're going to finish the field. This is Sunday, September the 28th. We're going to go finish that field, or what we can do of it, and then we are going to move about 5 miles up the road. That way Monday morning we're moved, everything's there, and we're ready to get after it. That's kind of the plan for the day. A lot of wind today.
Well, let me raise your hand up. Give each one 4 or 5 pumps.
Each row unit?
Yeah.
And the rolls. We're gonna do a little bit of maintenance right now. We're gonna grease each one of these rows. There's 2 fittings right here at the knife roll. Give each of those a shot of grease. Try to make the windows clean again so you guys can actually see what's happening. I think you got as much dust on the inside as you do the outside. One thing is kind of nice on the Ideal, there's handrails and steps everywhere to get around the cab. Sometimes I feel like a monkey climbing around on these things. Some other of the combines we've had, because there isn't any of that stuff. That's one other thing the Gleaner was also good about. It had access points and ladders and stuff everywhere. This doesn't quite have as much as it, but it does have a good bit of stuff to help you get around on the machine. These windows may not look dirty, but whenever your combine and that dust gets to rolling and the sun hits just right, you're basically blind if you don't keep your windows halfway clean. Even this, once we get into the beans, they'll be dirty all the time, and just try to do this about every morning, really, but sometimes it isn't enough, especially when you're opening the field up. You need your mirrors to be clean. That look all right? Now this thing has a auger big enough for a 50-foot head. Without cleaning your mirrors, it can get a little risky. That auger sticks out a ways. You want to take me out and get the cart? So one thing we are going to do, this is not where we're going to run today, but we're going to start this field right by the grain bins for visibility purposes. Out by the road, it's not the corn's tall and whatnot. It's kind of hard to see out. We are making several trips in and out in semis, so to help with that, we're going to do a load here just to get some better visibility. So this morning it's just me and Dad, so I'm going to take a semi down to the farm where the grain cart is, because that's where we're going to eventually be running for the day. But we need the cart up here to weigh out the bushels. I'll take off this field. If you're new to the channel, we use our grain cart to keep track of bushels stored, so that's why we're making a special trip to go get it. Now we do that because there's a few people that we farm for that we store bushels for, so that's why we try to keep a really good handle on that kind of information. Fired up. I'll take it since it's in the drive-thru. No rodents. Check our oil. Got oil. Got oil, got no rodents, got antifreeze. I reckon we can start her up. Check that out. New tire goofing. It's like new boot goofing, but different. So this is why we're going to do the ends on this field. Yes, I know I planted close to the road, which is what I will do every year, but we still like to get that first first few rounds off as soon as we can. We did mow down a road, which helped a little bit, but this road's fairly busy, so that's why we're gonna do that. Field's starting to get a fair amount of weeds in it. This year we're planning on doing a fall spray program. We've never really done that before, but I'm thinking we can alleviate a lot of weed issues we're having. So we're gonna give it a try this year. What's your guys' opinion on it? If you fall spray, let me know what you're spraying and if it's helped spring weed control. Well, the LSWs are a little flat spotted. It's a little bumpy at the moment. Made a heck of a difference. Dad talked like that field was running real well. Now what'd he take, an acre and a half, 2 acres maybe? But this field by our shop's always been a pretty good producing field in certain areas. And the area that he took off is definitely the better producing spots of the field. But we are giving him a weight. He said he was averaging 256 or 255 or something like that when he pulled out of it. The field won't make that, but there will be spots in that field that'll be over 300 bushel, would be my guess. I bet this field probably averages in the 220s to 240s. Like I say, it's one of our better fields, but spots of it aren't so good. Just noticed Dad's grease gun's kind of laying in a peculiar spot. I kind of have a suspicion that we just ran over it. Not us, Dad. I think I set it on the tracks. I thought he was still greasing the machine, and apparently he was not. Hey, yes, I know you shouldn't put anything on tracks, but sometimes it happens. And then sometimes when you do that, you run over things. It's been a hard week on grease guns. The other day, one of them exploded, or popped, or quit working. Hopefully this one still works. I think we're only down to 2 now. And this one might have been mine. It definitely got ran over. Definitely cracked it. But it still works. I don't know how long, but it still works for now. Yeah, that's way better. Way gooder, way gooder. Now we've done that, we're going to head down to the field we're going to run today. So this corn we just did here by the bins was pretty wet. We're going to put it in the wet bin and dry it. And then when we get to the farm we move back to, we'll probably come back over here and go back to the bin we're in now, because it was dry last time we were there. So if you're unfamiliar, wet corn is anything under 15 or over 15, and dry corn is anything under that. But for us, with the fans we have in our bins and the ability to blend corn, anything under 17 and a half does not go through the dryer. 18 is where we kind of make the decision to go to the dryer. So that corn that we're about to run is 16%. It will go directly in a bin, and the fans will dry it enough to not get dogged at the elevator when we haul it. Yeah, she's a little wet.
Well, today's Sunday, what, 28th or something like that. We're back to shelling corn. It started this afternoon. Before we get started, and BJ's the bowl. They got tryouts for next year, so he's one of the coaches, so he's there for a couple hours. Brian's, he's up in a truck. We went up to the shop, opened that field up, or did it on the rotor so we can see better to get down before somebody gets hit. So now we're back there where we left off the other day.
To the field we go. Dad just started, so we'll hop in the grain cart when we get there and go catch him. Looks like he's already dumped one time, so it won't be long and we'll have a full truckload. Corn generally goes pretty quick compared to beans anyways. So when we switch to beans, it'll be pretty slow, judging by what some of the neighbors have been saying. Bean yields have been pretty poor in the area. So our throughput on the combine will probably only be like 1,000 bushels an hour or something like that, would be my guess. real quickly, I'm gonna go see how he's doing. His beacon just came on, so he's gonna need to dump here real soon, but probably got a little bit of time. Looks like he's doing pretty decent. I do see a little corn over here. Right here, the population is super thick. I think I doubled up right here. Seems like when I was planting, I ran out about here, or put inrows on and then put more inrows on or something. I don't remember now, but real thick population right there. So, but the ground's pretty clean. The vent does seem to do pretty good with loss as long as you do your job. There's a corn maze, if anyone is interested. It's pretty tricky, I know. So we got a truckload. I think BJ will be here pretty soon with an empty truck, and we'll probably give him a seat back and we'll go back to dumping trucks. Well, once again, our ag leader is screwed up and not counting. I do think it's an ag leader issue. I think there's going to be an ag leader firmware update coming down the pipe here pretty soon, but that's super frustrating. Dad stopped, shut everything down to clean off his radiator screen. One of the ideals, if you overflow the grain tank, usually you will get corn on the screen, keeping your hydraulic cooler cool. So he got out to clean that off, and now his yield monitor ain't working. Fantastic. It's pretty annoying because all this stuff's not cheap, so prefer that it works. What I don't understand is we never had this issue last year at all. I don't know if the latest firmware of Ag Leader screwed this up, or I don't know. I hope it's just a firmware thing and not like a hardware thing that needs replaced, but we'll see. Now that said, we've never really had a lot of issues with Ag Leader, especially in the yield monitor department. They've always been very solid there. I have no doubt they'll get it fixed, but right now it's pretty frustrating. Well, out of the grain cart we go. Back to trucker life. That's all right. The grain cart guy's at fault for all the problems, and I don't want to be that guy. So we are almost into the corn that was a replant situation. When we get to that point, we will be done for the day in this field anyways. If you haven't followed us through planting season, the main reason that there's a replant situation there is when I planted that, I had an issue with downforce, and I had to come back in and replant 40 acres. So right there, I think he's got about probably another 1,000 bushel or so before he gets to it, and then we'll probably just start fueling everything, getting everything ready for tomorrow. Well, that's it. Dad said he did a little bit of that replant, and it was 22 to 27%, so we are going to let that dry down a little while. I'm going to dump this truck, go get some fuel in it, dump that other truck, fuel it up for tomorrow. Dad's gonna fill up the combine and we'll go from there. So BJ's bringing over the other truck now. We're gonna dump it. He's got a little bit left in the cart. He's gonna take the empty, and then we'll start fueling stuff up for tomorrow. Fuel tanks we go.
Yeah, we're over to the farm here, so we gotta get things booted up here, get the field in, the Ag Leader.
So naturally, plans have changed. I thought we were just moving the stuff there, but we are going to load the trucks for morning. So Dad is up there running. BJ's on the way up there with the grain cart. We're going to put fuel in this truck and then join them. Well, instead of going to the farm, figured we'd just stop at the truck stop. That used to be our old mower shop. People we sold it to turned it into a truck stop, and it's kind of on the way to where I'm heading. So might as well just get fuel here. Well, this must be really good corn. This is very droughty soil. Kind of figured it was burn up. but he doesn't have a load yet, which doesn't usually mean good things. Hopefully the cart's halfway loaded, or about to be fully loaded. That'd be good. Proceed. Just feeding the deer population. It's his fault. It's definitely his fault.
I didn't know we were going to go 6 miles an hour on the end race.
Well, now you do.
Yes. Apparently he wants to get faster.
That little fella's over there looking for corn. All we gotta do is go back back a few 100 yards.
Here, buddy. I know you hungry.
Oh, there's the corn thieves. Whole family of little ones.
Yeah, I call that one cargo 1, cargo 3.
We're setting ourselves up for a good row of shame. He just combined a whole pass with 11 rows. Looks like Pops is running mock Jesus. 6.5 miles an hour. Because the corn's real good. This is pretty. This is pretty gravelly ground. It's probably going to average around 150, which is not super surprising. It's not super profitable this year, but so goes it. If we would have got some later season rains, this could have easily produced 200, 220, 230, but we just didn't get them this year.
Look at you being spot on.
Was it 150?
149.6, so now you're off.
Yep, I'm a good guesstimator.
Well, we're out in might be some of the best corn of this field. Started out by 100 bushels, some of that, so we're up to 168, 170, 75. This hill, a gravel under. Looking right in the sun here, and the glare, it's hard to see. Can't see the ground. Good thing for header control with auto steer. Looks like we're full. Oh! Yeah, that's the first time this year got cap caught. I've done 300 acres or so, 250. Forgot that this counts here, and I forgot that it wasn't counting up through here, so we probably got another 30 bushel on them, so I'd made about 450. That's about. I do pretty good with some varieties. Depends on test weight, 450. I have had 485, but it's got to pile up right.
So all fall we've had some kind of sensor for a transmission oil temperature. It's not getting super hot, but it keeps going off a lot. So people have commented that this bag of chips has been in here a while. It's been in there all last fall too, Dad.
Oh, sweetheart.
No.
Go. 5, 6 mile an hour. I can stay full.
It's 5.5.
I've got 6.5. That all made stuff be nice. Coordinate real good. Dusty.
Yeah, with all the neighbors around, it's going to be real dusty in this valley.
I don't think we can do them beans out of the deal. All of them. We're at replant. It's like green.
There's the settings we're running. There's our grain quality camera. So this combine has automation. I don't know, we've had mixed results with it so far. Hoping we can get that dialed in. Like Dad said, with some of this corn, especially some of the varying yields we're having, it'd be pretty handy. My first time back in the combine this fall. This is probably one of my favorite jobs to do. Not only combining, but combining corn. I can't decide if I like planting corn or combining corn better, but both of them are pretty high on my list of favorite farm activities. It's a lot funner whenever the corn's better, but it's still still a fun job to do. Now tomorrow we'll be switching to beans. We're gonna run, by the time we quit tonight, we're gonna have about 35 acres of corn left right here. It's dry and we wanna get out of here. And then we're going to switch over to beans and probably stay on beans for the foreseeable future until it rains again. Try to get the most of those we can out while the weather's good before the time change. Beans pick up moisture in the morning and they, from the dew, and they dry out as the day goes on. So when the days are longer, like right now, versus like in a month from now, it's a lot easier to do beans. So.
Talking about splitting this corn shoot, we got 4,000 bushels contracted.
Well, this is the last round tonight, so we don't want to pile up the corn to where we can't get the tarp on the cart. Got a pretty good start on this field. I thought we were just going to move up here, and we've done 25 acres of it, so that's set us up pretty good for tomorrow to get a good start on the beans we've got up here. Well, there's the semi-load. Huh. Sensor's still going off, and our temperatures have dropped substantially, which is why I think that's a bad sensor. Hydraulic temperature's 183 right now. I don't know why we'd be getting a high alarm, but we are. Oh well, as long as it's just an alarm. Turn this thing off, head to the house. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for tonight. Thanks for watching. And if you, as always, if you enjoyed, hit that like button in the video. That helps us quite a bit. Hit the subscribe button if you're so inclined. And we'll see you in the next one. Now, for you guys wondering about old Squarshy the cat, he's right there.